This is Swiss and Chips, your British guide to Switzerland.
Hello and welcome to Swiss and Chips. My name is Simon.
And I'm Joe.
And today we have a very exciting episode, maybe one of the most exciting ones so far, which is Becoming Swiss Part 6.
Yes, indeed.
So you tell me what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, well, this episode is roughly a year after the last episode in this mini-series about becoming Swiss. And we've been following my journey of becoming a Swiss citizen.
I'm thinking now, should we say what happened so far or what's the exciting thing today we're going to talk about? Let's, throw it out. What's the exciting thing today?
They accepted me into the Swiss citizenship.
Ooh.
Yep, exactly. Confirmation arrived. Just like that. Letter plopped into the letterbox and it was, hey,
So you are
congrats.
100% Swiss now.
100% Swiss and still 100% British. So 200% of a person is what I am.
200%
Nationalityness occurring in this person.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Fabulous. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's all done now. And before we dive into it, how it all came together and what happened in the last year since our last episode, let's quickly try to sum up what happened before. The last episode was about the interview.
It was, yeah.
And what happened before the interview and until then so far?
Well,
in one sentence.
Short summary of my life is I was in Switzerland for 10 years. Then I went to the citizenship office in Bern and found out how to apply to become Swiss, because that's when you can begin your journey after 10 years. Obviously, it differs depending on the commune, canton, and so on, where you live in Switzerland. All the different rules and regulations and stipulations are slightly different. So that's the big warning that comes with this. And from that point on, I gathered the various documents, the certificates from where I'd lived to the German course I'd taken and so on. Then I handed it all in. Then I was allowed to take the multiple choice test. I passed. Yes, turns out it's not that difficult if you can memorize a book. And of course, you're very well integrated.
If you can memorize a book, I mean, that maybe you have to say a little bit more specific. You don't really actually have to memorize a book. You have to read it.
Basically, there's a test on knowledge about Switzerland, general knowledge about different areas like geography, the school system, retirement system, language, things like that. And they give you a couple of choices of helpful books that you could read to prepare for the test. And they have practice tests in them.
Yeah.
And basically, if you read the book and do the practice tests and can remember it a little bit, then you should be okay.
Just to mention this at this point, we've got also a separate episode about that.
Exactly.
So, and the last thing that happened was the interview, and also that we've got another episode. We will link all the episodes in our show notes on our website, which is called swissandchips.com. So we don't have to talk all about these again. But the interview happened last year, mid-September, and the person said it's roughly 1 or 1.5 years it will take.
Exactly, yep. To the final decision.
Right. The final decision came now at beginning of August.
Yes, the letter came then.
So
they decided mid-July. I don't know why the letter took 2 weeks.
Like 10 months or something.
Yeah.
So what happened in these 10 months?
Well, I'm glad you asked because they gave me a very nice, colourful flowchart, which I'm holding here in my hand after the interview. And it shows all the different places that my actual paper application of 50 size was going to go to.
Maybe we can put the picture of this also on our website in case people are interested in it.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, not maybe, we will.
Okay. Sure. So it's color-coded as well. It's very cute. Somebody obviously made it in Word and made nice little coloured boxes on it. And your application goes through the commune level and they approve it. You have to pay some money. And how you find out how your application is processing is that you get different bills in the post. I love this bit. You're smiling. So it went through the commune and then a letter arrived in the post. This was in December last year, at the very end. And it said, hey, congratulations. We've decided that you're suitable to have the citizenship in the city of Bern. Please pay us some money now. Freundliche Grüße.
So the Gemeinde Bern, the commune said yes.
They said, yes, you've passed our, standards kind of thing. And then how much did I have to pay? Because I know people are interested in this. It was 400 francs in total.
Okay.
I paid 200 at my interview, and I'm pretty sure I had to pay in cash. But that's, that's just how it was there.
So
I got a nice
step one
receipt.
taken, then it went on to the canton, which is...
Canton?
Yeah. How do we explain canton?
It's a bit like like Hertfordshire in the UK is a county. There you go.
So it went from the...
Or a state, like in the US kind of thing.
County, state-ish.
Exactly,
right. And there they also said yes, and you paid...
They said yes. The letter came in January, so that was pretty quick afterwards. And that cost 1,150.
Blimey. And then it went on to the Bund, which is the state.
The federation, the state level.
Yeah.
And the letter from them with a bill came in May, and that was only 100 francs. What a bargain.
Okay, so from December till May, and then it went all back from the Bund to the canton to the Gemeinde, which is basically the same steps back, which took then from May till July. And in July, you've got the official, yes, I made it letter.
Exactly. And the thing that was surprising about that was when the letter came in the post, it said, I'm so happy to tell you that you're now a citizen of Bern. And I was like, what does that mean? But then, you kind of get your citizenship through the small place where you live.
Yeah.
Which is
so
cool.
How did it feel? How was it?
Exciting, That was really cool.
Yeah, great question, isn't it? Yeah, how did it feel? On the other hand, so one step back.
Yes.
This whole waiting time, 10 months, how was it? How is it to wait for such a thing?
You basically just forget about it.
You forget about it, don't you? Only when people ask you, maybe.
Yeah. People ask you, maybe you know some other people who are doing it, you compare notes. How long did it take? How much was your blah, blah, blah? And you just, try not to break any dramatic rules, because obviously that would nullify your application.
Gotcha.
And then all of a sudden there's a letter in your postbox and boom,
you made
next
it.
level.
Bob's your uncle.
Fanny's
Johnny
your
is your aunt.
Yeah.
Right. So letter arrived, you made it, and now what?
Well, we had just moved when the letter came, literally one day after. So I rang my kind of personal advisor who had my portfolio, shall we say, on his desk, who's a very, very nice person. And I rang up to speak to him to say, what should I do? Because once the letter arrives, they say, here's your, like a piece of paper that shows that you live in Bern. And now you have to arrange an appointment to go and swap your permit for your official Swiss ID and take this with you.
Okay.
But I would have obviously had a different address on the two. So I rang up to speak to this really nice man who was super helpful in my application process. And it turns out that he retired.
Oh, no.
This is really sad because I was really looking forward to talking to him and being like, oh, thank you. So he's gone. But anyway.
So you haven't got your passport yet?
No, not yet. But I have got my official documentation. I just have to arrange to go and get my passport.
Okay, cool.
But in the meantime, more exciting things came in the post.
Which was?
The voting papers.
Ooh,
yes.
First votes coming up.
Yeah, already.
That's going to be another episode.
It certainly is.
But what I'm wondering is, so you became Swiss and then what changed?
Well, this is funny because I am very, pro-voting and pro-democratic processes, you could say. Put that on a T-shirt. So I personally think if you live somewhere, you should exercise your right to vote.
Yes,
you want to have a say
agree.
in how the country is run. And
absolutely.
I think people fight for that right. It's super important. But not everybody feels the same way. I talked about it with a few other people who've been here for a long time. And they said, yeah, but why do I want to become Swiss? So what if I can go and vote? I'm not interested anyway, more or less. And with a C permit, it's almost the same, but you just don't have to go and vote.
Yeah. So basically nothing changed except...
Now I can go and vote.
Okay.
And I get a red passport, but unless they change the colour.
Is there not some kind of celebration planned?
Well, that's what I thought.
So is there or is there?
Well, no one has invited me if there is.
So there might something come up at some point.
I had it in my head that they invite you to some sort of gigantic party and give you a medal or something.
To be honest,
I'm sure
I
in
also
some places
don't know,
they
but
do.
we will let everyone know in case it happens.
Yeah. But I should say, in my private life, my Swiss family bought me a present.
Oh, yeah. Which was?
An Edelweiss shirt.
Ooh.
Which is really cool.
Fantastic. So, how...
And by my Swiss family, I mean your family, in case people are listening and don't know.
Yeah, exactly. What other things change? Did you in daily life? Are you going out now and say, "Hey, I'm also Swiss now"?
Well, I'm looking for all opportunities to say that.
Okay, so
And
did it happen yet?
If you look hard enough, you can create these opportunities. It turns out.
And did it happen yet so far?
Sure did. Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yep. What was I doing?
Give us an example.
So I was visiting this sounds weird now. I had a sort of work engagement where I went with somebody else and something went a little bit wrong, nothing dramatic, but I had to apologize in a very Swiss manner, to make sure that we could stay friends with this person.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I did that really well. And afterwards I said to the person, I'm also Swiss now, so I know how this works.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah.
And when else have I said I'm also Swiss?
I think that's enough.
There's a few other times it's happened.
It
but
might be ever so slightly weird to go out and tell people, "Hey, I'm Swiss."
Well, I'm doing it.
Okay, very good. Perfect. Right, now let's move on. The Swiss word.
Mm-hmm. So I should be supplying these now.
I thought about that. I thought, basically, you should do it. But today I've got an exciting word.
Okay.
And why it's exciting? Because I have no translation for it. So I will have to find somehow a way to explain it to you.
I know how this works, but you make me translate it.
If we are lucky, you know the word.
Oh, no. Okay.
So it's called Gschtabi.
Isn't this a rude word?
No, it's not. No. Well, no. No, it isn't. Well, no.
I don't know if I
it's
can
not
say
a
what
swear
I think
word.
that is.
But if you tell someone he or she is a Gschtabi, then it's not very, it's not a compliment.
Mm-hmm. I think I might be confusing it with something else in that case. I'm not sure I should say.
I think you shouldn't. Right. So,
can you give me a clue?
Well, now we're coming to the translation.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone listening, I apologize already. Probably after 5 minutes, you will still not know what the word means, but I'll give it a try. Gschtabi is a person that moves very unsmooth. Very,
like
I'm making the robot here in front of Joe. So just
robot. Droid.
Not robotic, but a droid, a robot is very Gschtabig. Very
jerky,
very not
uncoordinated.
Yes, uncoordinated.
Like they're clumsy and they fall over
Clumsy, uncoordinated person. Yes.
Like if you're in a bar or whatever and someone is dancing, like what are they doing? And they're like,
yes,
arms
exactly.
Sticking out funny and legs
or you
jiggling.
would say someone like in sports, someone like Roger Federer is the opposite of Gschtabig. He's very elegant and smooth in his movements.
Okay.
So you can say someone he or she is Gschtabig as an adjective,
yep.
Or you can say someone is a Gschtabi. Now you can say it.
You're a Gschtabi.
Yeah, du bist so ein Gschtabi.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Very nice.
That was me at the gym this morning, then I'm guessing, because somebody did laugh as my hand was flailing trying to bring one of these sort of weights machine things around.
Yeah, probably it looked a bit
Gschtabig.
Yeah. Fantastic. So that was it for today. We've learned it's possible to become Swiss.
Sure is.
And we've learned that as soon as you are, you should tell everyone.
Absolutely.
We haven't learned what happens after this. So there will episodes come up with the votes.
Yes, we're going to go and vote in a few
big
weeks.
Party. And if anything else should happen, we will let everyone know. And hopefully everyone knows now the word Gschtabig.
Yes.
That was it for today. So thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.